101.5 FM.
Welcome to the Cowgirls Soccer Complex this afternoon. Oklahoma State and Abilene Christian. The Wildcats coached by Casey Wilson in his 11th season. In goal for them is Aaron Smith, a freshman out of Wichita Falls, Texas. The rest of our lineup, Megan Bear, a senior at forward. Shay Johnson, a sophomore at midfield. Katie Acosta is a junior at midfield. Christina Arteaga is a freshman. She's also a forward. Dylan Owens, a junior, is a forward, and she is a three-year starter for these Wildcats. Hannah O'Donnell, a junior at midfield. Also starting for them, Michelle Mulrooney is a sophomore defender. Chloe Pfeiffer is a senior midfielder. Brooke Lenz is a sophomore midfielder. And Peyton Buckaloo is the other defender, and she is a senior. They wear the white uniforms with the blue and purple trim and numbers on those uniforms. The Cowgirls coached by Colin Carmichael in his 22nd season. 165 wins now as a Cowgirl head coach. They wear the black uniforms with the white and orange. And in goal today is Tanya De Sousa, the senior out of Paris, France. The other starters, Hannah Webb in defense. Anna Beffer is a midfielder. Julia Lenhart also at midfield. J.C. Jones starting at midfield. Marla Zoller back in the lineup today, the forward. Charmaine Morgan in defense. Lorraine Pressfield in defense. Kumba So at midfield. Also Claire Ganser in defense and Kim Rodriguez in the defensive end. The Cowgirls defend the goal to our right. And a quick foul here in the first 10 seconds of the match. And this is on Abilene Christian. And Cowgirls going from right to left will have a free kick. And defending the goal to our left and moving left to right will be Abilene Christian with Aaron Smith in goal as the match is underway. Previous meeting, the only other one between these two teams here a year ago, and the Cowgirls won it 2-0 back in 2016. Half a minute gone, no score, and the ball kicked up into the construction zone over on the far side of the ground, and so this will be a throw-in for Oklahoma State at midfield. This is buy one ticket, get one ticket free, and so you can bring two for the price of one today. If you're in the area, come on out and enjoy some soccer. Here in Stillwater, the weather's sunny and 80, a southeast wind at 10 miles an hour, and a beautiful afternoon here. Bring your sunscreen. No clouds in the sky at all, not even any haze today. Cowgirls are on the attack as they bring it down the center of the ground. Nice touch pass looking here on the near side, but we're unable to do anything with it, and the ball pinballs to the sideline where it'll go out for a throw-in for Abilene Christian. This is Chloe Pfeiffer, the senior four-year starter for them out of McKinney Boyd out of Texas. Of course, quite a few Dallas-Fort Worth players on this roster, as there is for Oklahoma State. Sent ahead to Owens, and to the center of the ground, knocked down there to Bear, and they'll play it up the far sideline and work it across, or try to anyway. The Cowgirls send it back, and this will be Johnson over on the far wing at midfield defensively, looking to play it forward. Just underway here, second minute of the match, there is no score. Cowgirls intercept and look to bring it the other way. That was Lenhart, who we talked about on the pregame show a moment ago with Coach Carmichael. Assisted, of course, by Justin Elkington, the associate head coach, Karen Hancock, the assistant coach, Michael O'Hare, in his first year as volunteer assistant coach. All right, between the 30s right now as the Cowgirls try to dig it out and play it forward. Abilene Christian trying to turn it. They do and send it ahead. This is O'Donnell up the near side, now coming down the center of the ground. Has one man back with her, but four defenders. Now to the wing near side, it comes to Pfeiffer coming in on this near side, outside the edge of the 18 on the right side. Pass behind her into the corner comes to O'Donnell, and it'll run out, and this will be out of bounds off the back line, and the Cowgirl player, a collision there, kind of slow in trying to gather herself there is Claire Ganser, and this will be a corner kick for Abilene Christian. They'll take it with Bear, the senior. She is out of San Antonio MacArthur. This will be to the left of De Sousa, getting the start here today in goal for the Cowgirls. And we await her approach to the ball. Be a left-footed kick. Wind will bend it toward the keeper. Headed by the Cowgirls way up out of the 18. Knocked forward by Zoller and played out of the zone almost back to the halfway line. Where it'll be picked up there by Buckaloo, and she'll play it back into her own end. Offensively. Off the side of the foot of Bear. Ball way up in the air a couple of times here, and finally knocked down to the ground here by Kumba So. So playing it head to Zoller, back to Zoe, who gets pushed a couple of times, and now finally a foul called by our referee, who is L.J. Van Heetsma today. The assistant referees, Callie Terry on one side, and Jonathan Johnson on the other side, and Nima Sagafi is our substitution official. Deep ball trying to find Ganser, who's recovered from her blow to the stomach she took earlier, and too far in front of her. This will be out for an out-of-bounds throw-in. Quickly for Abilene Christian. The Cowgirls quickly on the attack here, though, trying to get the ball back. O'Donnell, now another player, sending it up the near sideline where Kumbasov will run it down for the Cowgirls. Arlo Zoller back in the lineup today for the Cowgirls after serving a one-game suspension because of a red card last Sunday at UTSA. Cowgirls in black again will be going from our right to left for this entire first half. What wind there is, and it's raising and dying, is from the south to our left to right. Nice pass towards Zoller, but it's knocked away by Abilene Christian and taken back the other way by Bear. Bear will send it forward, has a deep ball. Nice play into the forward end there to Acosta. Coming in, she'll take a little dribbler toward the square. Now a shot, and it's deflected by D'Souza at the 7-yard line. That ball rolls all the way out to the near sideline, and a sideline throw in here for Abilene Christian. Well, the first real attack of the day comes by Abilene Christian, and a nice save by D'Souza to punch that ball out to the near side. They keep moving it again. They send it forward. O'Donnell cross toward the middle outside the 18. Double team there on Arteaga. And Arteaga will send it ahead, but it's knocked away by the Cowgirls, who play it back toward this sideline, and it's picked up over here by O'Donnell. O'Donnell at midfield with some help behind her by Mulrooney. Sends it ahead, but way down the ground. And that's where Ryan Tressfield is, and so she'll just send it back up the other way. To the halfway line, played back to her now by a Cowgirl. Tressfield again playing it forward. Nice touch by Jones to Zoller, trying to find somebody down the center of the ground. It's So, looking for Ganser, but she was too far off the ball, and a short kick is intercepted by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer on her own, left to right, brings it across the line, played off of it by Ganser, who now recovers and sends it forward, but the ball is blocked to the sideline out of bounds by O'Donnell, and a throw in here for Oklahoma State. 4 minutes, make it 6 minutes into the match. There is no score. 45-minute halves, running clock, except for injuries, timeouts, and scores. Temperature only at 80 today, but it feels warmer here. There's a little bit of humidity. Deep ball down the ground. Here's a chance in front, maybe for Beffer. Shot, and it's blocked right there at the 7-yard line by Mulrooney and played all the way back out to the halfway line. That was set up well by the Cowgirls. Here's Zoller into the middle of the ground. She gets knocked down in a collision. Play on, says the official, and Lenz gets rid of it up the ground to Bear. And now to Arteaga, and she'll get it over to the far side on the wing. They'll try to send it forward. Cowgirls have numbers at the halfway line, and a sliding tackle plays it out of bounds for an Abilene Christian throw-in. Cowgirls scored early and scored twice in the first half against Illinois. If you were not with us on Friday in a 2-0 win, they scored at halftime, stayed for the rest of the game. Cowgirl player falls down trying to defend there on the far side in front of the temporary scoreboard across the way from the stands. And it'll be Abilene Christian who will start over on offense, playing it up the near sideline. Pfeiffer across the line, trying to play it ahead to O'Donnell. Has it on the wing near side. O'Donnell with a little touch pass into the passing lane there. Lenz, and it's just kicked to the sideline out of bounds. And this will be a Cowgirl throw-in over here to the right of the Abilene Christian bench. Their assistant coaches are Stephen Salas, who in his 5th season is the associate head coach and also coaches the goalkeepers. Tori Hale is the assistant coach. Aaliyah Davis-Dillard in her first year as a volunteer coach. They wear the white and trying to play it forward here, going left to right in the forward end. Pfeiffer trying to play it ahead but can't. Now intercepted by Ganser and Zoller, but now taken right back again by Pfeiffer. And back come the Wildcats. Defensively, they play it over on the far side wing. Trying to dribble into the forward end. Nice play there by the Cowgirls to break it up for a moment, but the ball trips through, and Lenz will have it at midfield. So all over her. That's a mismatch as far as size. But the battle won for the moment by Abilene Christian. As they play it ahead now, Ganser intercepts. And the ball pinballs to the sideline. It will go off for an OSU throw-in. Right in front of the substitution table here, the Cowgirl bench to the left of that. And a Beffer sending it forward for Zoller, a 1v1 there, but unable to pull it out, and it will belong to Lenz. They'll play it back toward the keeper. 3 defenders back on the wings and middle here for Abilene Christian. And they'll send the cross too strong. Well, I say that, and the wind kind of knocks it down. Cowgirls look to try to play it back. Nice play by Ganser to run to the ball. And then taken there, and there's Jones off a feed from Beffer. Back behind her to Lenhart in the center circle, and they'll set something up. The offense goes right to left into the forward end. This is Zoller off a wing pass, centers it, looks to go inside. Now they can't. Here's a chance maybe for Beffer. Keeper out of the box, shot, score. He ran right in with the defender who tried to slide tackle off, and Beffer makes the kick over the goalkeeper who had come out of the box, and the Cowgirls are on the board. It is 1-0 at 36:05 left in the first half. So we talk about Anna Beffer with all the assists. That's her second goal of the year, so she has 11 points and is leading the club in that category. Tied for a third now in goals and first in assists, and she's also tops nationally with 7 in that mark. So the Cowgirls up 1-0 here in the first half, and we play on. Abilene Christian with the ball now after the kickoff. They'll look to play it forward. This is O'Donnell. Forward in past the halfway line, throws it in traffic on the pass, but it's taken by her teammate, and now off to the wing near side is Lenz. Lenz trying to find Bear off this near side. They've switched off people a little bit here in the front end. Pfeiffer up the near side. Rodriguez on her, working the sideline. That ball's going to go across for a corner. So this will be a corner kick, the second one of the match for Abilene Christian. They're aggressive on offense, despite the fact they've not scored a lot of goals this year, and they only scored 1 and giving up 4 in the game on Friday against ORU. This will be Bear who will be kicking it. Low toward the keeper. Nice low ball into the 6, headed out by the Cowgirls. A little dribbler shot there in front. Taken for O'Donnell, but it's blocked by the Cowgirls. Played off of a rebound back to halfway. And now Abilene Christian will start over. There's a nice left-footed kick into the top of the 18. That centering pass is cleared away by the Cowgirls and taken by Lenhart up the ground. And now she'll find Jones, who'll bring it across the halfway line on the run. Cowgirls have 4 on the attack. Beffer open near side, and the flag goes up from the far side official, and that's offsides on Oklahoma State. And it's Callie Terry over on the far side doing the assistant referee's job today with Jonathan Johnson over here on the near side. So the offsides, and the first for the Cowgirls today, gives them a free kick. Cowgirls have been called now over 20 times this year for offsides in 8 matches. But that's okay. We talked about that with Colin Carmichael on the coaches show the other night. He says, I'd rather have him be offside and be aggressive trying to score than I would trying to lay back and not get called for it, because you never get in that situation. And he's got a good point. O'Donnell throws it in on a throw-in, right of her own bench near sideline, gets it right back off a header. So now Abilene Christian looking for the equalizer here with 33:50 left in the first half. They'll just go back to the near wing and start over in the center of the ground now with the player there, Mulrooney, who sends it over to the far wing, and they'll start over from there. Into the forward end, Cowgirls on the defense. Lenhart attached that ball to the sideline off of Abilene Christian, and so across from us on the right of the halfway line, it goes for a throw-in for Oklahoma State. The Cowgirls score in the first 9 minutes or so of this match, and Oklahoma State with a 1-0 lead. Cowgirls trying to pitch their 5th shutout today if they could do it. Now on the attack down the far sideline. Here comes player in from that side. That's Beffer to Ganser on the near wing. Back for a cross. Zoller with a shot. Line drive. It is knocked down. Rebound off the keeper is cleared to the sideline by Abilene Christian. Nice play to her right by Smith. But as was the case the other day where Illinois got burned on 2 goals because of rebounds, the keeper not being able to cover on those, they have to have the defense bail them out here. Ganser across out in front of the 18. Knocked down but picked up by So. Now she'll shoot from way out, and it goes over the top of the crossbar from 25, and a goal kick coming up here for Abilene Christian. Again, it is buy one, get one free ticket today here, so come out, bring a friend, 2 for the price of 1, and we have a nice crowd gathering for this one, and we'll have more folks coming in. And, of course, students here at OSU get into soccer for free. No excuse not to have a good crowd every game the way this bunch is playing. Number 18 in the country and liable to move up deep this week. Couple of bounces on a deep ball by OSU from the halfway line by Morgan, and this will be taken by the keeper for a punt. Cowgirls in games this year have outscored their opponents now 23-4 and lead here 1-0. We are in the 14th minute of this match. Deep ball by the Cowgirls again, but Abilene Christian intercepts. Now not a good pass there, and it's knocked down by Jones, picked up by Zoller. They couldn't clear it out of the zone. Here's Beffer trying to send it into Jones, and it's intercepted by Abilene Christian. And it'll go back the other way if they can get it out of their own zone. They didn't do a very good job of it last time. Played up the near wing. In their own zone again, O'Donnell defensively. And that ball pinballs away, but it's kicked down the ground by the Wildcats. Rodriguez will run this down. The Cowgirls will just send it back to their keeper. And we'll start over again with Tanya D'Souza in goal. It's their sixth game, 207 minutes, 1 goal allowed, a .43 goals against average, and is combined on 3 shutouts, has a win and 3 saves this year. The transfer senior out of Mississippi State from Paris, France, played 3 years in the FCC and then transferred here last year, set out a year playing now. Deep ball, Ganser, near side, looks for the cross to the 6, and the keeper just falls on it before Marlo Zoller can get there and take it away. So it is going to be a punt here for Abilene Christian. Abilene Christian, several years ago, was a Division II school. They, like Central Arkansas over in Conway, made the move in the last decade to be a Division I team. And they are full Division I now. Deep ball by the Wildcats, but the Cowgirls run it down. And this will belong to Oklahoma State. Rodriguez, right to left into the forward end. Ganser right here in front of us, off the leg of Anna Beffer. Now pinballs off of Zoller and another player for Abilene Christian, and it belongs to the Cowgirls. Zoller off the kick, a rebound, or actually a clearance back to her from Beffer, and now out of bounds off of Abilene Christian into the Cowgirl bench for another throw-in with 30 minutes left in the first half. 15 down here at the Cowgirl Stadium, Cowgirl Soccer Complex, being rebuilt. Here's a nice pass into the passing lane on the near wing, and then Abilene Christian just clears it away from Jones in the 18 on a sliding tackle, and the Cowgirls again with a throw-in. Ball is behind Kumbaso, but she gets it back from Rodriguez, and they'll start over again. Works to Lenhart, midfield. They have everybody except the keeper past midfield on offense. Here's Morgan down the ground. Top of the 18, shot right to the keeper on one hop. They are keeping Aaron Smith, the true freshman out of Wichita Falls High School, one of the best goalkeepers in Texas as a senior in high school a year ago, very busy here in this first half. Their other goalkeepers, Rachel Johnson, a redshirt sophomore who we saw here in the game last year. Their other keeper is Elizabeth Folsom, and she's also a freshman out of Shreveport. Their main keeper from a year ago graduated. They have another freshman, Haley Heath, a goalkeeper. So it's a young goaltending group here for Abilene Christian and Coach Casey Wilson. 28:40 left in the half. Cowgirls with a 1-0 lead. Send a deep ball far side wing, but it's intercepted there by Johnson, and they'll play it back the other way. Just trying to get it and keep it out of their own zone and go back on the attack. Abilene Christian actually had the first real good look at goal in this match. About 6 minutes in, the Cowgirls answered 3 minutes later with the first goal of the game. So we continue here, and crowd kind of quiet here at the moment, making a little noise, but not much. They are paying attention. Here's O'Donnell right in front of us. Ganser almost took it away. Now a deep ball has to be sent down the ground by Mulrooney. Trying to find on this near wing Acosta. And it goes out of bounds for a Cowgirl throw-in. And Acosta had the best chance at goal back earlier in this first half. 1 goal with the shot on goal. Each team has had a shot and a shot on goal here in the first half, and 2 corner kicks for Abilene Christian. This is Rodriguez, the freshman, out of Porter, Texas, to the sideline. The ball knocked away by the Wildcats, and a Cowgirl throw-in. Rodriguez played on the Mexican national U20 team this year. She missed the exhibition game up at Columbia because of that. But valuable international experience. Zoller off the wing, ball intercepted right here in front of us, looking for Lenhart, trying to send it down. And a nice play by Artiega. Forward end, almost now, Bear to the halfway line. Pass across the line, comes to Owens. Owens out of Willard, Missouri, the senior. And the ball played back by the Cowgirls to D'Souza. They have to get it out of that 18 square. This is trouble. Rodriguez falls down. Players down there now for the Wildcats. It's a 2-on-1. They center it, but the ball was behind the player inside the 6, and so the Cowgirls are able to clear it out. Well, that could have been a very dangerous play there. As again, I think maybe the Cowgirls underestimated Abilene Christian's speed a little bit, and I would say, based on the team speed I've seen so far, this is a quicker club than Illinois was in the matchup here, and they're doing some things differently to what Illinois did, too, in trying to attack. Now a deep ball by Rodriguez, a header out of the 18 by Abilene Christian. Another high kick, now a deep ball that will be sent back and knocked down by Rodriguez, left of the halfway line. So the Cowgirls keep it offensively in their own zone to our left. So, has those bright shoes on today. Pass near side to Ganser. Ganser with a little dribble. Intercepted. That ball will spin to the sideline. Claire will get it before it goes out. Cowgirls keep the possession inbound. This will be Rodriguez. Back behind her now. Middle of the ground. It's Lenhart offensively. Sending it up to Beffer. They switched her to the other side for this first half. And Webb is over there with her too. Neither team is subbed yet, although Abilene Christian is getting ready to. Ball to the sideline. This will belong to Oklahoma State. Throwing across the way from us as our crowd continues to grow here as we have 25-30 left to go here in the first half. And you hear the Orange Power chant in the background. Zoller falls down, collision, dig out. 1v1 there, won by Abilene Christian. They got some help. Now the Cowgirls can maybe turn it here in open ground. Nice pass there by Beffer trying to get it into Ganser. So with the takeaway on the rebound, gets it back up the ground. Beffer behind here to the near side, gets it to an Abilene Christian player, goes off her foot and out of bounds. Cowgirl throw into our left here on the near sideline. Still no subs yet for either team as it's a Cowgirl possession. Here's Kumba, works it across to Zoller, top of the 18, to pick her up immediately. Now to open ground, a chance here for Beffer, but she can't get to it. Abilene Christian clears. The Cowgirls get it right back. Marlowe goes down, but she kind of led the charge there on the attack and is going to be called for the foul. That was right next to the referee, L.J. Van Hatesman, so you're not going to be missed on that one if you're the offending party. So a free kick for Abilene Christian with 24-20 left in the half. Cowgirls with a 1-0 lead and a Beffer second of the year. Well, when there is at the back of the Wildcats, Cowgirls look to get it out of their own zone as it pinballs around. Abilene Christian again trying to defend at the halfway line and do a pretty good job of it. Now a centering pass. Cowgirls have an angle there. Collision play on, says the official, as the Cowgirls send it back up the near side. Pfeiffer will intercept and get around one man. Now as another man in front, looks for a cross in front. Ball pinballs off a Cowgirl player. Is sent to the sideline where it's run down by the corner over here by Owens. Owens the ball off the Cowgirls at the back line, and this will be a corner kick for Abilene Christian. This will be taken again by Megan Bear. Bear is a senior out of San Antonio MacArthur. We saw her in the action here a year ago. And now the first substitution of the match as Sam Vestal, who played here as a freshman a year ago, out of Odessa Permian, yes, the Mojo. She comes into the game, and she'll replace O'Donnell, who goes out. Cowgirls have yet to sub here as we're at nearly the halfway mark of the match. Here's a corner. Pinballs around. Cowgirls have to clear it out. Shot and a save over the top of the crossbar by D'Souza. That was out in front. It looked like it might have been Brooke Lenz who had the shot from about the 8-yard line. This will be deflected out, so it's a corner kick again to the left of D'Souza for Oklahoma, or for Abilene Christian. And Megan Bear will take this kick again. Low line drive into the 6. Header kicked up in the air off of a ball off the ground. Another header. Now another chance there. Shot in front was blocked as it came to Owens again, straight on. Now another kick goes into the 6-yard square where it's taken from about 30 out by D'Souza. Well, they've had a couple of real good looks at goal. One off the corner just a moment ago, and then the other earlier by Acosta. And D'Souza kicks the ball to the halfway line where it's headed ahead by the Cowgirls. We have passed the halfway point now here in the first half at 22-15. Abilene Christian at the halfway line sends it over in the backfield to the near side, where Pfeiffer will play it forward in traffic. Boy, trying to get around 3 people. That's tough to do. Now some help over here on the near wing by Vestal, who had just checked into the match. But her ball was intercepted by Oklahoma State's Kim Rodriguez. Cowgirls may be getting ready to sub here. See, Kirsten Saragusa has taken off her singlet, and so we will see maybe her in the match here momentarily. She's kind of getting loose over here, and so is Haley Woodard, who did not start today, but is liable to play a lot of minutes today before it's over with. There's a deep ball from one end to the other across the halfway line by Abilene Christian, headed back by the Cowgirls, and it pinballs off the Wildcats, and the subs check in for Oklahoma State. First off, Kirsten Saragusa, 5'6" sophomore out of Rowlett, Texas in defense. And then here is Haley Woodard, the 5'10" junior out of Norman North, who scored the first goal of the match on Friday. Gumbaso comes out for the Cowgirls among the players who came out. Also Ganser came out. Here's a ball, Zoller, middle of the ground to Befford, trying to go inside Woodard, and before they can get it, a diving play to roll up over the ball by the goalkeeper, Aaron Smith, at about the 9-yard line. So a punt for her with the wind, a low-line drive into the center circle. Lenhart knocks that ball down. Beffer and Zoller and now Webb, and they'll move Hannah to the offensive side. Now that, and then she gets tripped up and is fouled right here in front of us by Vestal. As they switch off defensively, and the Cowgirls will have a free kick here with Rodriguez, who will send it right to the center circle for Julia Lenhart. They'll play it forward off the far side to Zoller. Now back to Saragusa, who plays the right defensive back. Play it to Trustfield, and now to the near wing for Rodriguez. Now a nice play for Jones. A little touch pass to Zoller. Now back to JC on the give and go. Oh, a nice off-the-ball play there by Mulroney, but it comes in open ground to the Cowgirls, and they'll start over again. This is Morgan, who also plays forward end now, or the midfield side, trying to send it from the right wing into Woodard. Ball way up in the air, knocked down by the Cowgirls. Woodard again will center it to Marlo Zoller. Right there at the 18, a sliding play there to take her off the ball by Brooke Lenz. The ball to the back line. It's going to go out of bounds. This will be a corner kick for the Cowgirls, the first of the game. 3 corners for the opposition, and the first for Oklahoma State, and most likely the freshman Kim Rodriguez will take this corner. 19:10 to go before halftime here in Stillwater. Cowgirls trying to go to 5-0 at home and 7-0-1 to start the season, and it's been the better part of a decade since they've started this well. They can get a win here today. Here's the kick. Line drive into the 6. Header pops it out with two, or I should say the keeper pops it out with 2 hands. No header there as the ball cleared back out, and the Cowgirls looking to take it forward again as they run it down in open ground. Ball by Morgan there for a moment, intercepted by Abilene Christian. And a nice play to send it in front and keep it down by Owens. A header, and then they take her off the ball. Here comes Webb, the freshman, trying to find Woodard open on the wing. Can she get around her man? No, a hooking foul. They're going to call this on Haley for a push-off outside the 18 on this near side. That was not in the box, so no chance for a penalty kick here, but foul on Oklahoma State. And they're telling the keeper to go back a little farther. She was going to try to play it at the top of the square, but about halfway back of the square is where the goalkeeper, Aaron Smith, will play it. Here's her kick along the near sideline. If it can stay in bounds, it does not, and the Cowgirls will have a throw-in. Wind has all but died down here at Cowgirl Soccer Complex. It kicks up occasionally. The flag's barely moving over in the south end zone. Cowgirls off the kick. Saragusa sends it way forward. Header there, though, by Pfeiffer. They'll send it to the near sideline. Webb will get there. No, there was a push at the end, but the Cowgirls are going to get the ball anyway on a throw-in. With 17:20 left to play in the first half. Cowgirls with a 1-0 lead. Anna Beffer's second goal of the year came 9 minutes in. Ball runs through a defender. Woodard has it. Coming in left side. Dribbles around a man. Centers it in front. Shot. Beffer, and a diving save at the far post, or near it, to her left by the keeper, Aaron Smith. It's one of those situations where Anna, I don't think, could get a whole lot up in the air on the ball, and if she does at all, it's a goal. She'd have had her second there and almost did anyway. Cowgirls take the deep ball down the ground and bring it back into the offensive end, playing in black from our right to left here in the first half with 16:40 to go. We'll update you on things in the Big 12 and the soccer rankings and other things coming up at halftime. 4 home games left after today. That's all in the regular season. Cowgirls will be on the road next week. They've got a lot of road in October to play in as well as September. There's a pass, and it's Webb, and it just kind of dribbles to the back line where the keeper picks it up to the left of the post as we see it here. Didn't even get into the 6-yard square. So a punt coming up again here for Aaron Smith. Strong kick, headed down by Lenhart. Fowler plays at midfield. Ball played back to the defender, Saragusa. Cowgirls now at the halfway line. Bring it up with Rodriguez on this near side. Now Beffer. Beffer back behind her to Webb. Now Rodriguez at the halfway line again. Trying to find Marlowe here in the near wing. To Beffer coming up the ground. She's got Webb on the left side if she can find her. Centers it in front. Here's Woodard instead. Shot, dribbler, score. Haley Woodard with the goal. That's her third in 4 games. And she beat the keeper diving to her left inside the far post, and Woodard has the goal, and the Cowgirls with the lead. That was a nice setup with 15:36 left in the first half. Teams will sub here as Mary Moore, a freshman from Arlington Martin, checks in. Cowgirls will see the kickoff coming here as Ortega will send it ahead. Cowgirls looking to play it out of their own zone defensively. Instead, it is Lenz at midfield. Now down 2-0, and a tumble there by Mary Moore, who just checked into the game, and a foul on Oklahoma State on the defensive side. So this will be a straight-on free kick at about the 35-yard line for Abilene Christian with 16 minutes left or actually 15 minutes left in the first half. Cowgirls set a 3-man line back at about the 27. This will be from about the 37. Taken here by Johnson. Kicks it into the 6. And the keeper just goes up and gets it and pulls it out of the air. Tanya D'Souza at about the 8-yard line. So the Cowgirls have a free play here, and they'll bring it out of their own zone, or try to anyway. Into the match for the Cowgirls, by the way, is Cammie Huddleston, the 5'5" freshman out of Aledo, Texas. She was involved in a play on an Illinois girl who got injured on Friday. By the way, a dislocated elbow for her, and we understand she's out for the rest of the season. Just happened to be a tough accident there as Huddleston tripped over her and fell on her arm. Kick there to the keeper from outside the 18, and easy pick there for the keeper, Aaron Smith. Strong high kick taken on a header there by Tressfield. Over to the far wing now, Morgan going to kick it out of bounds. That ball ends up in the construction zone, so that's a couple of them over there today. And they'll rescue those tomorrow. Cowgirls on the attack again after the throw-in. Too open ground, too weak of a ball to get to Webb. But the Wildcats don't do a good job in clearance of their own zone, so the ball trickles to the sideline. Cowgirls can't do anything with it there on the far side, and so it's a throw-in for Abilene Christian with 13:20 left in the half. Cowgirls lead 2-0 here in Stillwater. Can't get it out of their own zone. Abilene Christian with difficulty. Back near their own 18. Boy, Woodard not leaving her post as she trying to steal the ball. Now it's played up the ground. And they'll take it ahead into the forward end. This is Johnson right here in front of us to our right. Trying to work it ahead, cleared away by the Cowgirls from Vestal. And the Cowgirls will turn it right to left and try to start over again offensively. Crestfield will play it up the near wing, and it goes off Jones. That ball's going to roll to the sideline. This should be a throw-in for Abilene Christian. Substitution here for Oklahoma State as Amy Wynn checks in. She played a lot of minutes on Friday. Redshirt freshman out of Houston Memorial. And Allie Rivers also checks in for the Cowgirls, junior out of Trophy Club, Texas. All set down the ground by Abilene Christian after the throw-in. Cowgirls will take it offensively from their defensive side and go right to left again. Jones into the forward end for Haley Woodard. Woodard with Wynn on the run behind her. Now give and go to Haley, but it's intercepted and brought back by Johnson. Her pass is knocked down by Webb and brought back offensively. Staying on the left of the halfway line. Cowgirls going from right to left on offense. Jones, forward end to Webb on the near wing. Nice play to dig it out there by Vestal. And now has to have help to clear it with 12 minutes left in the first half. Ardiega, who left the match, back in. Now Moore, along this near side, brings it forward to Vestal. Vestal in traffic, trying to split the seam there. Passing off to Ardiega again, now down the near wing. It comes to Moore. Moore, Jones has a touch, but it goes the wrong direction. They have a chance here, and now a left-footed blast from about 25 is wide, and D'Souza will just play it off her foot and then pick the ball up as the offensive player comes in. She'll whip it out with her right arm to the right side, and Kirsten Saragusa will bring it ahead. Jones at the halfway line finds Huddleston on the near wing, trying to find Webb. Ball was too short. Vestal intercepts. Abilene Christian in the white uniforms, if you're watching on the internet on Facebook Live or OKState.com, brings it on the forward end. Ardiega again to the near wing, gets it to Moore. And a nice intercept there by Huddleston to play off the ball. 10:50 to go in the half. The Cowgirls with a 2-0 lead here in Stillwater. Here is Morgan down the center of the ground, not by herself, just in traffic. Gets tripped up, and now a late foul here, and a good call by the official. That foul is going to be called on Abilene Christian. They call that on Mulrooney. So a kick not quite straight on to the keeper, but from about 28 yards out will be taken by Oklahoma State. A little bit of an angle to the right. Three-man wall here for Abilene Christian. Jay Van Hatesma, our official, will set the ball for play. Cowgirls discussing it out there among themselves. Let's see who's going to take the kick. Mentioned it'll be Haley Woodard. Here's the nope, she won't take it. She'll set up offensively, and J.C. Jones is going to take the kick. Have to be careful of offsides here. Jones will just kick it straight on to the keeper and just wide of the near post. Almost bent that one in. Good reaction there by the goalkeeper, Smith, to the ball, and Cowgirls nearly got one anyway. I said Allie Rivers had checked in. Now she's officially in the match, and a couple of new players in. Anna Sanabria is in for the Abilene Christian Wildcats out of the Woodland. She's a freshman. And Gabby Seminack is a freshman out of McKinney Boyd. And she'll check into the match for the first time. Down under 9:20 to go in the first half. In traffic, Woodard trying to get around one man. Can she streak to this ball, which was kicked the wrong way? Nope, Abilene Christian will send it to the sideline. This will be a throw-in for Oklahoma State at about the 6-yard line. Clock runs with 9 minutes left in the first half. Trying to get it into Haley. Almost a handball there. The ball's cleared back. And now a late foul as Huddleston came up and knocked down the defender for Abilene Christian, Mulrooney. So they'll have a free kick at about the 20-yard line. 8:40 left in the first half. The wind is picked up again here at Cowgirl Soccer Complex. We're blocked a little bit here where we sit by the apartments behind us here if the wind's out of the southeast like it is today. Deep, strong kick into the area across the halfway line. Cowgirls trying to play it out of their own zone and try to run it down, and a nice play there by Jones to do so. Sends it deep to Haley, but I don't think she can get to this ball. Well, I say that, and she did, and she ended up winning it as the ball pinballed around. So the Cowgirls keep it in bounds and keep the possession. They won that battle there, and now back to the offensive end. Saragusa playing forward. Ahead, trying to find Wynn. Splits the seam. She gets knocked down in the box, and we're going to have a penalty kick. She got taken off her feet inside the 18, trying to split two defenders, And a penalty kick coming up here for Oklahoma State. Referee L.J. Van Heetsma immediately threw up the hand to indicate the foul with 7:59 left in the half. And Julia Lenhart, who we talked about in the first half, not known for a goal scoring, known for her defense and setting things up, will take this penalty kick for the Cowgirls. Keeper cannot run out of the box, can only go left to right. Whistle, ball set for play. Here's the kick. Line drive off the keeper into the net. 3-0 Cowgirls. Anticipation was right by the goalkeeper, Aaron Smith, but just too much on that blast. And it is Julia Lenhart's second goal of the year. That comes with 7:58 left in the first half. So the Cowgirls have split out their offense today. 3 different players have scored. And Lana Duke checks in for the first time for Oklahoma State at midfield, as Julia Lenhart, who plays most minutes, gets a seat. So under 7:50 left in the match now in the first half. Cowgirls up 3-0 here in Stillwater, surpassing the score that they had against Abilene Christian from a year ago. Far side at the halfway line, Shea Johnson trying to play it forward. Boy, the Cowgirls have been all over the ball today. Again, Abilene Christian's had some deep balls for offensive threats. They've had a couple of 3 good looks at goal, but have nothing to show for it offensively. Here's a takeaway by Huddleston at the halfway line, and then she gets taken off the ball. No foul there. Play on. Deep ball to Woodard. Nice assist by Rivers. If she can get the goal, the shot is right to the keeper from the left side with the left foot. Haley nearly got her second. And one earlier, as did Anna Beffer. How many different Cowgirls have goals this year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 different players have goals this year for the Cowgirls. 2, 4, 6, 8 different players have assists. So we'll take that. Under 6:40 to go in the first half. Rodriguez off this near side trying to split the defenders. And, boy, they overrun the ball, and Huddleston ends up winning it. Woodard off her foot, and it's intercepted there by the Wildcats and taken forward. And they'll bring it down to the halfway line. Going left to right here in this first half with the wind. Cowgirls will have that wind in the second half. 6:20 left in the first. Nice intercept there by Woodard. Gets it up to Morgan, and now back to Woodard. Trying to send it to Rivers near side wing. Intercepted by Mary Moore. Woodard again trying to go after the ball. Steals it. Takes it away. Huddleston took the defender off the play, and Woodard has the ball. Left side wing. Centers it to Cammie, who's back up. Shoots. That ball's deflected off of an Abilene Christian player at the 18. Almost a handball, trying to knock it down there. Moore defending with Rivers. They call her for a foul. So Allie Rivers gets called for the Cowgirl foul. And we are 5:40 from halftime with Oklahoma State leading 3-0. And a free kick coming here for Abilene Christian. They set the ball for play. Gabby Semenek with those fluorescent shoes. That ball hits a player, and Huddleston was tying her shoe and didn't see the ball roll right to her. She thought, I'm 10 yards off the play. I have time to fix this. She looks up, and here's the ball right at her feet. Ball's played off for a throw-in for Abilene Christian on the near sideline with 5 minutes left in the first half. Throw-in coming from the near side. Again, they had some early chances in the first half of the first half, but it's been quiet for a while for the Wildcats, as Oklahoma State has had possession a lot here in this second half of the first half. Huddleston trying to find Woodard down the ground past the halfway line, intercepted by Semenek. Out of the sideline here, Rodriguez runs it down again. It's taken there by Tresfield. Back end, she'll play it forward there with Saragusa in front of the 18 square for the Cowgirls. And they're going right to left on offense here into the wind with 4:20 left in the first half. 3-0 Cowgirl lead. Beffer, Woodard, and Lenhart on a penalty kick have scored in this first half. Ball deep, trying to find Rivers. She can't get to that. It'll go out of bounds for a throw-in on this near sideline. Right here in front of us. They get it in to Moore. They'll send it deep down the ground, but Rodriguez has it. She'll just kick it back to her keeper. D'Souza way out of the edge of the 18 square on this near side. Nobody offensively back down there for 15 yards. So time for the Cowgirls to turn it and send it back the other way. Now pressure, and here comes Abilene Christian. Down the center of the ground. If they can get a man open, a shot that flies over the top of the crossbar. That was a nice open field play there to run to the ball. And that was by Sanabria, the freshman out of the Woodlands. And their first look at goal in a while here in this first half. 3:20 left before halftime. Up the near sideline, it is knocked by Rodriguez to the forward end, but then knocked down by Abilene Christian, sent ahead, played forward off a header. Still in their own zone. The Cowgirls trying to clear it away defensively. Collision, 3 players, a foul, and I think they're going to call Haley Woodard for this for kind of going submarining underneath the other 2 players who were in the air. It's a dangerous play, and whether you make a lot of contact or not, the foul is going to be called by an official on that play. Just he kind of has to. Doesn't have really much of a choice. So free kick coming here for the Wildcats with 2:40 left in the first half. And a deep ball there by Samek to the sideline. Nope, it's going to roll out across the back line before it gets to the far corner flag, and this will be a goal kick for Oklahoma State. Tanya D'Souza getting the ball set for play here. The senior out of Mississippi State was, of course, a transfer here out of Paris, France. Played 3 years in the SEC and has played a lot of minutes this year. She's up almost 300 minutes now in her senior campaign. Splitting time with Ungaro. Has gotten the start in the last 2 games, by the way, last 3. This is Moore. As Abilene Christian tries to get it out defensively, Rivers intercepts. 2 minutes left in the first half. They clear it back to the far side, and Bucklew will send it, or Bucklew, I should say, sends it forward. Name similar to a broadcaster back in the day in Oklahoma City, Angela Bucklew. This is Bucklew, no way. And so Cowgirls will play it forward. This is J.C. Jones looking to send it down the far side wing, looking for Morgan coming in, and we get a foul as Morgan kind of hooked the defender off the ball there with 1.5 minutes left in the first half. This will be an Abilene Christian free kick. Cowgirls are not back home until OU is here on the 22nd, and this place will be full and rocking and rolling for that matchup. Get your tickets now at 877 all 4 OSU. And again, if they pack the place, the bleachers are full, standing room only, there'll be a few of those sold. Or you can go to okstate.com, look for the ticket tab, and follow the directions. Ball back in the forward end for a moment. 1 minute left in the first half. This ball's kicked into the construction zone. Across the way where the new stands and the new suites and everything being built. Be open next August for the exhibition schedule. Wynn sends it to the sideline. This will be a throw-in off the previous throw-in. This will be by Abilene Christian. Cowgirls knock it down. 38 seconds left in the half. 3-0 Cowgirls. Ball played forward at the halfway line by Johnson. Trying to do something with it here in the final half minute. Played off the ball. Nice sliding tackle there. And Cowgirls will see a throw-in here by Abilene Christian. 20 seconds left in the half. Ball played up in the air again. This will go into the fence. And another throw-in. 10 seconds left in the half. You hear the countdown in the background. Cowgirls will just clear it back the other way. Header will send the ball to the sideline, and that'll take us to the halfway point. Ball played up by Abilene Christian as it did not go out. Oklahoma State with a 3-0 lead here at the intermission. We'll come back with our halftime live from the Cowgirl Soccer Complex here in Stillwater after a timeout. This is Cowgirl Soccer from Learfield.
Can you name the university that has won the most football games? At Johnson's of Kingfisher, we have a record number of new Ram 1500s and 2500s, America's longest-lasting pickups. In stock and during Ram Power Days, our low prices will win you over. Who has won the most college football games? The University of Michigan. Make that short drive to Kingfisher during Ram Power Days. It's our 90th year and still going strong at Johnson's of Kingfisher, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram.
Same name.
Same family.
Since 1927. What if there were a way to be more efficient with less effort, to achieve peak performance with less energy? Well, thanks to Carrier Green Speed Intelligence, what if is now what is. A home comfort system with Green Speed Intelligence runs longer at lower speeds to maximize your comfort and your home's energy efficiency. It understands your home and how you live in it. How cool is that? Carrier, turn to the experts.
Turn to your local Carrier expert, B&L Heating and Air Conditioning in Stillwater. Visit them online at bnlheatingcool.com.
You deserve quality health care.
But at Stillwater Medical Center, we believe you also deserve an unmatched patient experience that's close to home.
That's why our physicians, nurses, and staff are committed to providing compassionate, quality care.
Right here in Stillwater.
We're here to prove that the best patient experience is moments, not miles away.
Learn more about our commitment to excellence at stillwatermedical.com.
Need the right tool for the job? No matter how large or small, Herc Rentals is the place to go. Right here in Stillwater, Oklahoma, right now. Ask about the perfect tools for that job at Herc Rentals on South Perkins Road. Go online to hercrentals.com.
No hype, no baloney, just sound, stable financial products and people who get you what you need. University and Community Federal Credit Union. Visit CUIntouch.com or come in 311 East McElroy to learn the privileges of membership. Federally insured by NCUA. Oh yeah, Fridays are fried bologna sandwich days.
I don't know about you, but fried bologna sounds pretty good right now. Halftime score, Abilene Christian trailing Oklahoma State 3-0. Had some fried bologna for lunch yesterday, as a matter of fact. Cowgirls with the lead here 3-0 on goals by Anna Beffer, her second of the year. J.C. Jones at 8:55 of the first half. Shot into the box. Beffer beats the defender. The shot from the post 6 yards out. And past the goalkeeper, Aaron Smith, for the first goal. And Beffer gets an assist, her seventh, make it her 8th of the year now. Yeah, that would be 8 assists on the year for Anna Beffer. And that is nationally the leader as far as assists. Haley Woodard with the goal at 29-24. A shot to the far post from 8 yards out. And Beffer with the assist. And then at 37:01, Julia Lenhart with the penalty kick and the goal, her second of the year. That, of course, unassisted. The Cowgirls with a 3-0 lead. The Cowgirls were called once for offsides in the first half. Abilene Christian had 4 corner kicks, most of those early. The Cowgirls just had 1. The Cowgirls, though, outshoot them 10 shots to 5, 2 on goal for Abilene Christian and 7 on goal for Oklahoma State. The goalkeepers, Tanya D'Souza, 45 minutes, no goals allowed, 2 saves. And for Abilene Christian, Aaron Smith, 45 minutes, 3 goals allowed and 4 saves. There were 7 fouls for Oklahoma State to 4 for Abilene Christian. Individual numbers, first for the Wildcats, Shea Johnson with a shot and a shot on goal. They had opportunities early and had another one late in the first half. Dylan Owens with 2 shots and a shot on goal. Hannah O'Donnell with a shot, and off the bench is a Santabria, who had that shot late in the first half, had a shot. For the Cowgirls, Anna Beffer, 2 shots, 2 on goal, 1 goal and 1 assist. You can't do much better than that in the first half. Julia Leonard with the penalty shot, on goal and a goal in the first half, playing 37 minutes. J.C. Jones with a shot and a shot, or actually a shot and an assist. Marlo Zoller with a shot and a shot on goal. Charmaine Morgan with a shot and a shot on goal. And Kumba So with a shot in the first half. As D'Souza in goal, Jones, Morgan, Tressfield, and Rodriguez all played 45 minutes in the first half. Off the bench, Cammie Huddleston had a shot, and Haley Woodard off the bench did not get a start today. 2 shots, 2 on goal, and 1 goal. And again, they're trying to ease her back into the lineup after injuries kept her out of the first 5 games of the season. Her first 4 games of the season, and the exhibition, so technically 5. And she played 21 minutes in the first half. So the Cowgirls with a lead of 3-0 here at halftime. There were no cautions or ejections in the first half. Come back and look around the Big 12 and more up next. It's Cowgirl Soccer from Learfield.
Cowboy fans, skin cancer continues to be a growing epidemic, but Stillwater Dermatology Clinic is there for you. With locations in Stillwater and Ponca City, board-certified dermatologist Dr. Thomas Hall is available to help you with all your skincare needs. Dr. Hall treats acne, psoriasis, and all skin disorders, and also offers cosmetic and laser services. Call 405-533-DERM or visit stwderm.com today. Whether you're looking for a bite to eat before the game or a place to celebrate another Cowboys win, University Dining Services has you covered. With more than 30 individual restaurants across campus, there's something for everyone without ever having to leave campus. You'll find everything from freshly made sushi to top-notch burgers. So pull up a chair, dig in, and feed your inner cowboy. Be sure to learn more about University Dining Services at dining.okstate.edu.
Cowboy fans, stop by Chris's University Spirit today to sign up for the Orange and Black Spirit Club for only $40. You'll receive a membership club shirt and a 20% off card good on items for 1 year from purchase. All you have to do is stop in at 244 South Knobloch on Campus Corner in Stillwater before it's too late. Also visit us online at chrisuniversityspirit.com today.
This is Debbie, owner and pharmacist of Charlie's Discount Drug. In times like these, we all need to find ways to save money. At Charlie's Discount Drug, we believe in giving you the highest quality services at discount prices every day. We provide free prescription delivery, and we give discounts on prescriptions for patients under 6 and over 60. These are just a few of the quality services available at Charlie's Discount Drug. So call 624-3535 or come by 723 South Walnut and save today. Remember, discount is our middle name.
Welcome back to the Cowgirl Soccer Complex here in Stillwater. Oklahoma State wrapping up the non-conference part of the schedule today with a 2-game homestand with Illinois and Abilene Christian. Cowgirls win the opener on Friday 3-0 and lead here at halftime, or make it 2-0 on Friday, and they lead here by 3-0 at halftime here this afternoon. This is obviously not the only game going on in the Big 12 today. You know, I get all these notes out here, and then when I want them, I can't find them. Here we go. All right. Right now, the only other undefeated untied team in the league, the only undefeated untied team in the league is Texas. They're 6-0, and they're playing today against Northeastern. That game is on right now on the Longhorn Network. Oklahoma State is 6-0-1. Baylor is 5-0-1 on the year. Tech is 5-1. Kansas 5-1-1. TCU is 5-2. West Virginia is 4-2. They lost again on Friday night to Duke 4-0, and that game was at Morgantown. And the rest of the standings, K-State, first year in the league, they are 3-2-1. They first year in the league in soccer. Let me qualify that. Iowa State's 2-4, and Oklahoma is 1-4-1. Oklahoma is playing Illinois today. The game's on Friday. We told you the 2-0 win for Oklahoma State against Illinois. It was Texas Tech winning against Arizona State 2-1. Duke defeated West Virginia. Number 11 beats number 3 in Morgantown 4-0. Colorado lost at Texas 3-0 as Texas pitches another shutout. Northeastern beat TCU in Fort Worth 2-1 on Friday. Central Arkansas, they played at K-State. K-State won that game 3-1. Kansas had their first tie of the year, 1-1 against St. Louis in St. Louis. Baylor won at Portland on the West Coast 1-0, and Iowa State lost at Cal State Fullerton on Friday night 2-1. So conference had 1, 2, 3 losses and a tie in 9 games, I guess, on Friday. Oklahoma did not play. But they are in action today. As I mentioned, they're playing Illinois, and that game should be about over down in Norman. Richmond is playing at number 3 West Virginia today, and that game started at noon our time, so that game should be about over too. Our game here, and Texas A&M playing Kansas, top 20 teams playing each other in that one, up in Lawrence today at Rock Chalk Park. A&M ranked 10th. We, of course, tied those folks a week ago, 9 days ago, down in A&M in College Station. Kansas ranked number 19. Northeastern at Texas. That game is going on right now. Creighton, Kansas State at K-State. That game is on ESPN3 if you can watch that on the internet. Baylor against Washington. That game on the West Coast starts right now. Iowa State USC starts at 3. That game is on the coast, and Texas Tech playing at Arizona in Tucson today. That game is tonight, by the way, and is probably on TV somewhere on the Pac-12 network. Doesn't say it is, but most of their games are on television or tape delayed and ran later, so you can watch those games. So right now, the only undefeated, untied team in the league, Texas, followed by Oklahoma State, Baylor, a half game back, and then Tech and Kansas each have a loss on the schedule. So that means that the national rankings are going to change again this week with the loss by West Virginia. They're second of the year to a ranked opponent, by the way. They lost earlier in the year to Virginia. But still, West Virginia, I think, is still the team to beat if you're going to win the Big 12. We'll see how that plays out. UCLA is the number one team in the country in the three polls that count. They're fourth in the Hero Sports poll. Stanford number one. Stanford two in all the other polls. The United Soccer Coaches poll is the main poll. UCLA, Stanford, West Virginia, they'll drop. Clemson, Penn State, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, who beat West Virginia earlier. Florida, and then Texas A&M. Then Duke, who beat West Virginia. You figure they'll go to the top 10. USC, Florida State, Rutgers, Georgetown, Wisconsin, Wake Forest. Then Oklahoma State at 18, moving up a spot from 19 a week ago. Kansas moved to number 19. Then UCF, Utah, Nebraska, SMU, Cal, who the Cowgirls will play next week. And Colorado from the Pac-12, former Big 8 and Big 12 team, Colorado. In the region, West Virginia, the number one team in the South region. That is likely going to change. And with Kansas playing A&M tonight, if A&M were to win, the Cowgirls could vault ahead of both Kansas and West Virginia as the number one team in the South region heading into the road trip to the West Coast next week. How about that? That could very easily happen. Right now leading 3-0 here today. Cowgirls have games next week at San Francisco on Friday at 9 and at Cal Berkeley on Sunday. That's a 1 o'clock our time start, 11 a.m. on the West Coast. Then the next home game, Oklahoma, is here on the 22nd. Tickets for all remaining home games, and there are 4 left. Oklahoma, Baylor, K-State, and Kansas at okstate.com, or call 877-ALL-4-OSU. When we come back, it'll be time for the second half. The Cowgirls lead 3-0 at the break. This is Cowgirl Soccer from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Bill Knight for Bill Knight Ford. All sports are built on tradition, but at Bill Knight Ford, we know that here in Oklahoma, it's more than just a tradition. It's a way of life, forged from loyalty and dedication. It's unwavering pride that survives the losses and is ignited by the wins. Bill Knight Ford is proud to support the OSU Cowboys and Cowgirls, Stillwater High School Pioneers, and the Perkins Tryon Demons. We wish them the best of luck this season.
When you walk through a hospital's doors, you have high expectations.
At Stillwater Medical Center, our physicians, nurses, and staff understand.
And we're ready to accommodate you.
Our team provides the personal care you expect from a hometown hospital
and supports it with cutting-edge medical technology.
It's the patient experience perfected.
Learn more about our mission at stillwatermedical.com.
Hey kids, have you gotten your parents to sign you up for the McDonald's Pistol Pete Partners Kids Club? Pistol Pete Partners is the official OSU athletic kids club designed to get kids excited about OSU and become fans at a young age so they can be fans for life. For just $25, members get in free to OSU soccer, men's basketball where some exclusions may apply, women's basketball, tennis, wrestling, baseball, softball, and can have exclusive parties with the athletes and much more. Visit okstate.com to sign your child up today. Also sponsored by Academy Sports and Mercy Health.
Cowboy fans, the newest addition to the Cowboy Athletics family is the Oklahoma State University Athletics mobile app. The OSU Athletics mobile app is your comprehensive mobile companion, providing you with exclusive content, personalized offers, live stats, schedules, and so much more. Play tailgate trivia, find parking directions, and even access your ticket account for mobile ticketing. Find the OSU Athletics mobile app in the Apple Store or Google Play and download it today.
Your home for OSU Cowgirl basketball. KGFY Stillwater. Cowboy Country 105.5 FM.
Back to the ground here in Stillwater as Oklahoma State will defend the goal to our left and will go from left to right with the wind at their back here in the second half. Temperature 81 degrees and a southeast wind at 10 miles an hour. Goalkeeper stays in for Oklahoma State, and that is the starter today, Tanya D'Souza. And in goal again is the freshman Aaron Smith for Abilene Christian. If you're watching on Facebook Live or OKState.com, we're going from right to left with the Wildcats here in the second half. They'll have the opening kickoff. Cowgirls will be in black and go from our left to right, and we're underway here with the second half. The Cowgirls with goals by Beffer, who also has an assist. Woodard and Lenhart. Jones has an assist. The other goal by Lenhart was a penalty kick, and the Cowgirls have a 3-0 lead here at the break. Now underway early second half here in Stillwater, and a nice crowd here this afternoon to settle in for this one. We still have some folks who are coming in to watch the second half. It's a buy one, get one free ticket day, so if you're in the neighborhood, still time for you to come on by. Cowgirls only have 4 home games left after today, but the next one will be a doozy. Oklahoma will be here on the 22nd. Most of the starters back in to start the second half, or many who played at the end of the first half, like Saragusa, who has the ball now, brings it ahead. From Basso at the halfway line. Plays it forward to Beffer off her defender's foot, and it's played back by Abilene Christian. Now the Wildcats had several chances in the first half, especially early, but did not score. Cowgirls spread their goals around. Now just trying to get it out of their own defensive end. Again, playing from left to right here in the second half. They find the center of the ground, and here is the player Huddleston who sends it down the ground. And the keeper, a lot of distance there to get to the ball, and she'll just kick it back against the wind to midfield. So knocks it down to Beffer off of a header. Now played ahead by Abilene Christian. This is Brooke Lentz, a sophomore out of Spring, Texas, out of Klein High School. Well, that's a good athletic school there, and good academics down there at Klein outside of Houston. Ball to the sideline, going to belong to Abilene Christian. If you follow enough college athletics, especially in the Big 12, you'll see players from that school just about everywhere in different sports. And a kick out of bounds by Oklahoma State by Charmaine Morgan. Make that off of the foot of the other player that was standing there, Owens. And the Cowgirls with a throw-in defensively. Kicking it back toward the back end here. That's trouble. The Cowgirls trying to dig it out of their own end. Now a strong kick toward the center of the ground. Takes a big hop. Abilene Christian will knock it down. And they'll play it again from our right to left in the forward end. They go back behind to Bucklew at the halfway line, who brings it across the line. Sends it forward into the zone, but it's cleared away by Oklahoma State. And they'll run this ball down to the near sideline here with Shea Johnson. 3rd minute of the second half, 3-0 Cowgirls. Sent forward here by Oklahoma State, or actually by Abilene Christian. It's sent the other way by Tresfield, who got a running header on it. Now they'll send it deep into the box, but it's cleared away by the goalkeeper at the top of the square there by Smith. And the Cowgirls off a header have to go back and defend it, play it back to their keeper. We'll start over again. Well, there's not a cloud in the sky here today. Beautiful day here in Stillwater. A little bit of humidity, but not bad. It says it's 81 and feels like 86. Well, opening day here, it was 95 and felt like 104, so we'll take it. Only 2 weeks difference in time, or 2.5, 3, I guess now. A lot of play here between the 40s again, as Abilene Christian just trying to get it out of their own zone. And Morgan's not going to let them do that. She'll send it ahead to Zoller, who's back in the starting lineup. And it pinballs around. Marlowe with a header sends it toward and into the 18-yard square, but nobody down there for Oklahoma State, and so a play for the keeper, Aaron Smith. Deep ball kicked out of there by D'Souza. She'll play it to the halfway line. Cowgirls try to dig it out, but a good turn by Bear, and she'll send it forward. But too strong for the player down there, Owens, the senior out of Willard, Missouri, out of the Springfield area. And a nice delay there to take it away by Acosta, and a play toward the keeper out in front of the 6, and she'll just take the one-hop blast. Anna Webb kind of got turned around over here on this near side, and Acosta, the junior, beat the freshman on that play, but nobody to center it to, and so she had to take the shot on her own. Cowgirls trying to play it forward. Zoller's not going to be able to run that ball down. May have deflected it. It stays inbounds and kicked up the ground into the sideline for a throw-in by Abilene Christian. The Cowgirls with the throw-in. Quickly to Zoller, now to Beffer as they try to play it out of trouble. Anna has a goal and an assist today, her 2nd and 8th of the year, respectively. Plays on the wing far side, tries to beat her man, looks for the cross. Cross is intercepted inside the 18. And to the back line, and then finally cleared to the sideline by the Wildcats. And back up the ground, Ganser has the throw in for the Cowgirls. Back into Beffer, back line, looking for the cross. A little dribbler was deflected. Abilene Christian does exactly the same thing, this time staying inbounds with the deep ball. And the Cowgirls on the attack. Morgan down the near sideline. To the wing over here for Webb. Cowgirls have everyone up but the keeper inside their half. Webb a deflection off a kick to the back line. This will be a corner, the second of the match for Oklahoma State. And it should be Ganser who will take this kick. Now the wind will bend this ball back toward the keeper. Claire Ganser with the corner, the sophomore out of Plano High in Texas. Low line drive, 6-yard square. They missed the header. It pinballs around off of a couple of players. Wildcats clear it to the far sideline. This will go out for about a 12-yard line throw-in. Rodriguez will throw it in over there. She of the fluorescent green shoes. Now a turn and a blast toward the square, but nobody there for the Cowgirls inside the 6. So the opportunity there coming from the far side wing goes awry. So this will be a goal kick for Abilene Christian with 38:50 left in the match. 3-0 Cowgirls lead here. Deep ball. Zoller trying to run it down if she can. Defender in front of her trying to block her out. The 18. Unable to take it in. They clear it out, at least for the moment. And the Wildcats play it back offensively. Tressfield will knock the ball down past the halfway line. And Saragusa will play it out of her own zone. Looking for Kumbaso. Ball was past her. Intercepted by Abilene Christian. A lot of passing in soccer is placement of the ball. And where it is to where somebody can either be or run to it. It sounds complicated, but it really isn't. That's pretty simple. Dan Musial used to say, I'd get a good pitch and knock the cover off of it. To him, hitting was that simple. It's a little more complicated than that. And it is in soccer, too. There's a nice play for Huddleston to take the ball away to Zoller. Marlowe down the ground. Looks to pass off. Has Beffer coming in on the left wing. Little give and go there to the sliding shot from the far side. And that taken over there by Jones, and it ends up going awry. To the keeper. And a nice play there by Smith to make the play on the ball. And I say that was Ganser actually came in and made that play on the ball. Deep kick to the halfway line. Cowgirls knock it down and play it out of their own zone. So they're on the attack again. Nice intercept, though, by Abilene Christian. Taken by Artiega. And now they're trying to get it out of their own zone, going right to left. Wind will kick up, then it'll die down, and it'll kick up again. It's at the back of the Cowgirls who have it now. Marlowe down the near wing on a pass from Webb. Looks for the cross. Gets it in front of the 18 square. Now into the square. It's knocked away. And the Wildcats kick it to the sideline. Can they save it from going out? No, I don't. Yeah, they did, actually, right here to our right. Good recovery by Acosta. Kept the Cowgirls from getting a throw-in. And now Kumbaso up the back of the defensive player, Artiega, and a foul on Oklahoma State. Christina Artiega is a freshman out of Pflugerville, Texas, out of Hendrickson High School. And this is a team full of first-year players. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 upperclassmen on this 30-man roster. The rest are freshmen, and most of those play. Here they come on the attack for the second time. Lenz trying to play it to Vestal. And a shot with the left foot, and D'Souza sliding knockaway. This will be a corner kick. Or was it a... No, it was not touched by her. The sideline official says it went wide of her to the left, and so this will be a goal kick for Oklahoma State. Mary Moore checks into the game again for Abilene Christian. She played late in the first half. Freshman out of Arlington Martin. Played about 16 minutes in the first half. So the score stays at 3-0, and we are into the 10th minute of the second half. Cowgirls with goals by Beffer, who also has an assist on a goal by Woodard, and a penalty shot kicked by Linhart for a goal. J.C. Jones had the assist on Beffer's goal at the 9-minute mark of the first half. Deep ball by the Cowgirls. Can they run it down? Now the defenders win it first and bring it back up the near sideline. Abilene Christian in the white uniforms with the blue trim going from our right to left here in the first half. They bring it up the far sideline over there. to the forward end, trying to find Owens. Played off the ball. Nice sliding tackle. Boy, they tumble over each other. No call. Cowgirl is now down, and we get a foul on Owens at the end of the play. Oklahoma State player is up and okay. Looks like Hannah Webb over there. It might have been Saragusa now that I look at it again, and so they'll take the free kick from there, and Kirsten is trying to recover from a blow to the ribs. Looks like she's okay. Now the free kick, and the Cowgirls will play it forward as we're over 10 minutes gone here in the second half. Oklahoma State with a 3-0 lead against Abilene Christian. Chance to go to the number one spot in the South region unless Kansas beats A&M today up in Lawrence. And that could happen. Kansas is a good club. Out of bounds and a throw in for the Cowgirls here on the near sideline. I take that Abilene Christian, I should say. Sideline official here is Jonathan Johnson. Referee is L.J. Van Hatesma. Nima Sagafi working the table. Chance in front. Cowgirls intercept. Maybe a play here if they can get it out of the... No, they can't, and it's going to be to the sideline over here. The other official is Callie Terry, and she works the far sideline. Cowgirls nearly had something set up there a moment ago, but Wildcats did a good job again of breaking it up. Boy, overrun that ball, and a miss there by Bucklew, and now a chance for Zoller trying to split the seam. Marlowe shoots, and just wide of the upper shelf of the far post. That ball took a little left turn there at the end. Otherwise, that might have been, for her third of the year. Goal kick here for Abilene Christian with 33:20 to go. Again, with West Virginia losing to Duke on Friday, they're playing today against Illinois. They're playing today against Richmond. So you figure they'll go 1-1 on the week. That game is already over. We'll try to get some finals here when we get done. Sitting outside here, it's a little more complicated situation than it used to be. Deep ball sent down the ground. That'll be across the back line by Morgan. And a goal kick coming up for Abilene Christian. The Cowgirls this year, not counting today, opponents have 30 saves to the Cowgirls 20. Cowgirls 58 corners to the opponent's 23. The Cowgirls 87 fouls to the opponent's 51. And the Cowgirls have outshot their opponents coming into today 123-70. Therefore, when you get called for offsides 25 times, you don't mind that so much because you're attacking. Deep ball by Abilene Christian. Cowgirls try to run it down, and Saragusa kicks it into the sideline away from Owens, and this will belong to Abilene Christian. They gave up 4. Here's a ball into the box, and it'll be taken by the keeper. Nobody on that one at all. They scored, ORU did 4 on Abilene Christian on Friday before the Wildcats got a goal by Shea Johnson. Dylan Owens on the assist, and that was at 48:01, 3 minutes into the second half. By then, the match, though, was pretty much over. 2-4 is Abilene Christian's record. The Cowgirls 6-0-1. And again, with the ball, possession belongs to Moore. Sends it down in front of the keeper, and it's out the 18. They'll just pick the ball up now as Owens comes into the square. Tanya DeSouza has played well today, and she made 2 saves on balls that were hit right at her, one of which I'm not sure she ever saw in the first half, but made the play on it anyway. Cowgirls have trouble getting it out of their own zone. They just got too much speed at this back end here for Abilene Christian. They run the ball down again and will kick it away with Morgan, and now the keeper. Up the near sideline, Webb, if she can run it down, does at the halfway line, plays it into the forward end. Cowgirls playing left to right. Webb to Huddleston. Looks for the wingman over here, and that's Beffer. Now back to Webb, brings it outside the 18. Kicks it into the square. Trying to find Huddleston, too long. Knocked away by Abilene Christian. Clearance pass is taken out to the outside the square by Bucklew, and now to the area of the back end by Ardiega. They'll send it down across the way to O'Donnell. O'Donnell at the halfway line plays it across the line right to left into the forward end and ahead of her man Owens, and so it's taken by the defender. Like I said earlier, passing is all about placement and timing. Cowgirls don't do a good job there of clearing, kind of lazy on that play, and now here's Abilene Christian with an opportunity. Ball sent down by Baer, but it's intercepted by Morgan. Now Huddleston trying to get it out of her own zone. Will play it to the near sideline, and Webb will kick it deep, but it'll be out of bounds. And a substitution here for Abilene Christian as Sam Vestal, the sophomore who played a lot in the first half, checks back in for Owens. So that's sub. The Cowgirls have yet to sub here at the 29:50 mark left in the match. Here comes Oklahoma State. This is Befford down the center of the ground, works around one man, now another, comes in right side, inside the 18 square, 1v1, trying to get around her man, shoots, the ball's deflected. Huddleston with a rebound shot, top of the 18, that ball pinballs out. Now a chance and a blast that goes just over the top of the crossbar by Kim Rodriguez. That would have been her second goal of the year. As I mentioned earlier, 12 different Cowgirls have put the ball in the back of the net for Oklahoma State this season. Goal kick here for Abilene Christian with 29:12 to go. We'll likely have one of our coaches on in the post game, and we'll preview what's coming up. Here's a deep ball. Zoller can't catch up to it. It belongs to the Cowgirls anyway on a sideline throw-in. Don't forget our Colin Carmichael Coaches Show on Tuesday night. Cowgirls are going to sub in a bunch of players here as J.C. Jones checks back in. Here's Taylor Olsen in for the first time. Haley Woodard checks back in. Julia Lenhart checks back in. And I'm missing one. Lana Duke checks back in. So those players in and some in for the first time for the Cowgirls. A week ago today, it was the hat trick for the player Olsen from San Antonio in San Antonio against UTSA, the 5'4" freshman. So the play is continuing here as it'll be Abilene Christian's ball, intercepted by Zoller. Offensive end, here come the Cowgirls again, three on the right side. Woodard is open, is not offside. A little give and go there, but it was intercepted and taken out of the square by Abilene Christian. Sideline official was right on the play there, and Jonathan Johnson did not call offside. Zoller back to the top of the square. Tressfield now there for the Cowgirls, looking to play it into the square, unable to do so. And it's taken off the ball, and then Moore has it. Knocked away and brought to the sideline. A sliding tackle by the Cowgirls sends it to the sideline, and I think it was last touched here by Abilene Christian. So this will be a Cowgirl throw-in. Allie Rivers, who had minutes in the first half today, 10 of them, back in the match here and has the throw-in. Woodard now gets it back to Lenhart, who had the penalty kick goal at the 37:01 mark of the first half, her second of the year. Cowgirls trying to play it offensively, but can't seem to get it deep in their own zone. Now a chance. Saragusa sends the ball deep into the 18 from way out past the halfway line. Wynn carries that down in front of everybody except the goalkeeper. Reminder, we'll have our next edition of the Colin Carmichael Coaches Show Tuesday night from Fuzzy's Taco Shop on the Strip here in Stillwater. And Associate Head Coach Justin Elkington will join us for the Tuesday night program right here on 105.5 and on the web at okstate.com. Header by the Cowgirls into the sideline. This will be a throw-in for Abilene Christian with 26:30 to go. 3-0 lead at halftime continues here in the second half. Deep ball out of bounds again. Another throw-in for the Wildcats. Wildcats trying to avoid going to 2-5 on the season. Out of the Southland Conference, they start play there next week. Substitution for them here as a new player, Shelby Gardner, a sophomore out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Checks in for the first time, and Izza Sanabria checks in for the second time. First time here in the second half. That's where I was going with that. As the clock rolls under 26 minutes to go, again, the clock continues to run on substitutions. And we'll have a deep throw in here for Abilene Christian at about the 7-yard line across the way. In the Cowgirl defensive zone, looking to turn it, run it ahead is Artiega. Tries to center it, and it's knocked away and sent up the ground by Oklahoma State, but then Abilene Christian has brought defenders forward, and so they tilt the field and get it back for a moment, and now it's taken away. See if they can get it back in open ground over here on the near side. They do. Bucklew plays it down the ground to the near side. Moore will run it down near the corner, keeps it inbounds. 1v1 over here for the Cowgirls with Lana Duke. Centering pass is deflected, played off, and now to Gardner, and sent back up the ground. The Cowgirls have two back, but let's see if Olsen, who has great speed, can outrun her defender. Does, and gets to the ball, but the defender plays her off the ball and then holds her, and now there's a foul, finally. And we may have a card on this one. That was a dangerous play there. I think they're going to call this on Oklahoma State. Yeah, it's not necessarily who is in first, it's who gets seen last. I think that's what happened on that one. This will be a free kick for Abilene Christian, and if you just saw the play on the web, you know exactly what I'm talking about. No further explanations needed. I would just get in trouble. Here's a deep ball by Abilene Christian, brought up to the middle of the ground, and Zoller intercepts for the Cowgirls. Brings it down the ground. Here's Allie Rivers on the run. Looks for the deep ball to Woodard. If you can beat her defender, a chance here. The defender wins the ball. It pinballs off of Haley. It stays in play. Haley will center it. Rivers too strong in front of her and knocked the way back outside for a chance now for the Cowgirls by J.C. Jones. Jones looks to center it to Zoller at about the 30, but it's cleared away for a moment. The Cowgirls are going to get it right back at the halfway line with 24:20 to go. Oklahoma State with a 3-0 lead here, looking for some more here in this second half. This is Duke to the near side trying to find Rivers. Boy, tried to step through her man and actually got the ball. Now a nice play by Woodard to get it back to Alley. Coming down to the back line, right side, cross deep in the square, and almost a header by Olsen, and she just missed it. Now a second chance, and this goes from outside, I believe, by Woodard, and it misses over the top of the crossbar. So a goal kick here for Abilene Christian. The Cowgirls have kept their goalkeeper, Aaron Smith, very busy here in both the first and second halves. Wind kind of dies down again here, so a low-line drive kick is headed once, twice by the Cowgirls, who get taken off the ball. J.C. Jones, after that second header, got knocked down. There's no call. Again, you have to be careful because it's like holding in football. You could call it every play if you wanted to. Sometimes you just have to let it go, but other times it's pretty obvious, and you can't let it go. 90-minute games will become 2 hours if you did that in regulation. Nice sliding tackle there by the Cowgirls to play to the ball. And it'll be Abilene Christian on open ground who'll get the loose ball and bring it back across the line. Right to left into the forward end here in the second half, trailing 3-0 to Oklahoma State. Let's see if Artiega can run that down. No, the Cowgirls win it first. Duke will send it back into the Cowgirls' offensive side, but it's played out of there by Bucklew. And now Jones gets hooked up with Bear, and who's going to get called here? I think the Cowgirls will get the ball. That was Bear. And another one of those cases, well, they got to come back around and set the ball for play. We are at the halfway point of the second half here in Stillwater. Now official says, set her up and let's go. And it's played ahead to Zoller for the Cowgirls over on the far wing. A little touch pass there, a couple of them. Now Lenhart down the left wing with the penalty shot and score earlier. Tries to go in the corner, ends up going behind the offensive man. And I believe this was deflected. This will be a corner kick for Oklahoma State. Taylor Olsen, the freshman, will take the corner for the Cowgirls, part of that big group of first-year players for Oklahoma State who have made a huge difference in this team getting off to a 6-0-1 start. 21:40 left in the match. Here's her boot. Low-line drive, a bouncer off the edge of the 6-yard square. Pinball's off by Abilene Christian all the way back out to the halfway line. Got a mic cord here that's getting in my way, and it's my own fault. There we go. And so the ball goes back to the Cowgirls for a throw-in. Defensive end to our left. With 21 minutes, 20 seconds left in the match. Cowgirls with a 3-0 lead if you've just joined us. Goals by Beffer, Woodard, and Lenhart. Assists by Jones and Beffer. Lenhart's kick was a penalty kick. Zoller, halfway line to Jones, sends it down the ground, gets touched by a Cowgirl, but it's Olsen. It's played backwards, and so it belongs to Abilene Christian, unless the Cowgirls can take it away, and they do. Zaragoza down the far wing, looking for Woodard. The ball's cleared away from her at the top of the 18. Coming to the sideline over there, it stays in bounds. Oklahoma State will keep it in with 20:40 left in the match. Jones down the center of the ground looking for Zoller. Had her open, but an interception there and knocked away by Abilene Christian. Cowgirls go get the ball back. Jones to Marlowe. Marlowe down the ground. Looks for a centering pass into Woodard, top of the 18. A little dribbler, and that'll come right to the keeper on 3 hops at the 6-yard line. So this will be a punt for Abilene Christian. They'll kick it away past the halfway line. Header by the Cowgirls as they try to turn it and bring it ahead. We'll recap all the numbers and preview next week's road trip. And probably have a coach up here with you at the intermission, or the post-game, I should say, coming up. 20 minutes left in the match. 3-0 Cowgirls. Zoller and Jones at the halfway line. Now Siragusa into the forward end past the halfway line. Cowgirls going left to right in the black uniforms. Centering pass. Jones coming down the ground, gives it to Marlowe outside the 18. Marlowe dribbles once, shoots with the left foot, and that's going to go wide of the far post, and a 2-hopper taken by the keeper, diving to her right. Didn't get a whole lot on that one, but forced the keeper to make a play on the ball. Marlowe's first game of the weekend as she sat out on Friday because of the red card suspension on Sunday against Texas San Antonio. Here's Woodard, open ground. Now sets it up and looks to get it back to Zoller. Marlowe taking off the ball, and this will be a foul on Marlowe for hooking. You can imagine in hockey a guy getting his stick up and bringing somebody down up around the shoulders. Well, she did it with her arm. It's illegal in both sports, by the way, and a foul on Oklahoma State. Bucklew crossed the halfway line. Boy, player slipped, and a chance there for Vestal, but she fell down. That gives a chance for the Cowgirls to get the ball back. Rivers here in front. A game today like this also gives Carmichael and the other coaches a chance to play a lot of people. But he also wants his starters tested because you got a big road test in California next Sunday with California, with Cal Berkeley, after you play San Francisco, who's not a bad club either, on Friday night. You got to travel and the time change and everything that plays into that. Chance here for Abilene Christian. Blast in front, right to the keeper at the 6-yard line off the far wing by Shelby Gardner. Gardner back in the match, the sophomore out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico, with 18 minutes left. Cowgirls going for their 7th win with 1 tie. Woodard back on the forward end from Olsen. Now to Marlowe. Brings it down the center of the ground. Shot from way out. It's deflected. But it's deflected to Rivers over here on the right wing. She gets bumped off the ball. It'll be kicked out of bounds for a throw-in for Oklahoma State at about the 15-yard line. Try to put this in yard perspective. Your folks are used to American football. Maybe you can figure out soccer field's bigger, obviously. First square is at the 18. The second going forward's at the 6. So you figure placement from there. And maybe that helps you figure out where the ball is sometimes when I say it. Rivers across right side off the throw-in, deflected. Now she'll play it back toward the back line and just shoot a wide ball that'll go for a goal kick. Substitutions aplenty here for Coach Casey Wilson. Acosta was in earlier, is back in now. Gabby Simak is back in. And Brooke Lenz, one of their starters, also back in for Abilene Christian. The only meeting between these two teams before today was a year ago, almost to the day, and it was a 2-0 win for the Cowgirls over Abilene Christian. Abilene Christian, a more junior-senior team a year ago. They're a sophomore-freshman group this year with a couple of very good seniors. So it's a younger group out there this year for the Wildcats out of Abilene, Texas. 16:30 to go. The Cowgirls with a 3-0 lead, but here's an intercept and brought ahead by Johnson. A ball into the forward end for Abilene Christian playing right to left. Costa on the wing near side tries to get it around her man, and it's kicked out of bounds by that defender, Atlanta Duke. And a sub here again for Abilene Christian. This will be Chelsea Reedy for the first time today, a junior out of Pflugerville, Texas. Actually, she played a few minutes in the first half, not very many. So her first chance of the second half. Now a chance down at the back line. Going for the ball was Vestal. She touches it last as Lana Duke hits the back line, trying to make a play on the ball. And this is off Abilene Christian for a goal kick for Oklahoma State. So Tanya D'Souza, who's had the start here in the second half and for the whole game, with the wind, will kick this one away from the 6-yard line. It's toward the center circle. It's headed back that way by Lenhart, knocked down by Woodard, and now by Zoller, and she's fouled right exactly almost at the center of the field. So J.C. Jones will set the free kick for the Cowgirls, the sophomore out of Mustang. Her alma mater will play Stillwater next week in high school football here in Stillwater. Pioneers are off to a 2-0 start. Jones tried to play it forward, and it was intercepted by Abilene Christian, and here they come. Johnson with help down the near wing. Johnson on the far side, on 2 defenders. It's around the ball, does one man, but that man is able to take it toward the back line. They'll just try to dig it out. Both players go down, and we get a foul here, a push-off on the Wildcats. Under 15 to go as the Cowgirls lead it 3-0 here in Stillwater on a sunny day. Normal high for this time of year is 88. It's 81 right now, 82 right now. So we'll take that. Temperatures will warm back up at the end of next week, back above 90 again. Cowgirls off the deep ball free kick. Keep it in the back end of the ground here, just trying to play it forward, going from left to right. Ganser up near the halfway line is taken there by the Wildcats, and they'll start play from there. Cross to the back end. They'll play it near side, but Rivers intercepts, and she has Woodard down there with her, but the ball is knocked away by Simak, and that'll be a sideline throw-in for the Cowgirls with 13:50 to go. Well, at this point, this game's like Friday. All the scoring was in the first half. There's Zoller out top of the circle. Marlowe trying to get it toward the top of the square, knocked away by them. Picked back up by the Cowgirls, and Rivers off a pass to the wing near side, coming at the angle, shoots. The ball's blocked over the back line. Corner kick for the Cowgirls. ORU had 4 corners to ACU's 2. Today it's kind of the other way around for Abilene Christian. And Ganser will take the corner with time running down here in this one. Left-footed kick, bends toward the 6-yard square. A header out to the back of the box. Chance there for the Cowgirls to center. Another header off a cross. Who's going to knock this down at the top of the 18. A blast by Jones, blocked outside the 18. Pinballs around, goes to the sideline. And here comes Oral Roberts. Abilene Christian up the far side. Looking at my notes there. Here we go the other way. That ball's going to end up going toward the far wing. It stays in. They'll center it. Taken into the square. Here's a chance for Santabria. Knocked away. Now another cross here out top by Vestal. It's knocked away again by the Cowgirls. This ball will roll to the sideline. And this should be a throw-in coming up here for Abilene Christian. Substitution here for them again as Christina Artiega checks back into the match out of Pflugerville, Texas. So she'll come onto the ground here, replacing Johnson with 12 minutes left. This little short burst here by the Wildcats, their best opportunity they've had since early in the second half. Trying to center it outside the far edge of the 18. Can't do it. Cowgirls will clear and send it back, they hope, the other way. Now the offensive players come right back there and take it away. Trying to dig it out of trouble there. Reedy. Now the Cowgirls send it back the other way. They have Woodard back with 3 defenders. And they finally clear it away from her for the moment and get it up this near sideline. This is Bucklew. Well, how fast is Haley Woodard? She was right there on the ball and nearly took it away. Downfield pass is intercepted and taken away by the Cowgirls instead. Crestfield back to the keeper. Now the Cowgirls can play some time management here if they want to. And I think Abilene Christian, a little quicker club to the ball than Illinois was the other day, but you want to hold serve here, as it were. You don't want to give them anything here late. Still up 3-0, though. Let's see if they can defend at the halfway line. Well, they get the ball back. Now the Cowgirls knock it down Zoller, and they'll set something up. Marlowe from the outside, and a shot from the right side goes up over the top of the crossbar. That was a nice setup pass from Woodard, who had fed the ball to her on the right wing after Marlowe got it to her in a little give and go. Dylan Owens, the Missouri product, is back in the game for Abilene Christian. 10:30 to go in the match, and the Cowgirls with a 3-0 lead here in Stillwater. And it's a goal kick for Abilene Christian. Ball past the halfway line on a bounce as the Cowgirls miss a header. They send it back toward the defenders. Halfway back in the defensive side, that ball bounces to the sideline, and this should be a throw-in for Oklahoma State, and it is. Claire Ganser will take the throw-in across the way in front of the construction area, the new stadium being built here. Ball goes out again, this time off the Cowgirls, and Abilene Christian with a throw-in at about the 18-yard line. And a Cowgirl player is hurt. This is, I believe, Olsen, who had squatted down and now is down on her knees. And she may have taken a blow. This was away from the ball, and so we have an official's timeout here as training staff will come out and check in on Taylor and make sure she's all right. Now she's sitting up. She may have gotten a cramp. That may be what it is. Cramp, well, you get a cramp standing up, that'll make you sick to your stomach. And I think they're trying to work that cramp out. Maybe keep her in the game here. So the clock is stopped with 10:02 to play, so a chance for us to recap of what's been going on here. First half, the Cowgirls scored at 8:55. Anna Beffer, her second of the year from J.C. Jones. Beffer then assisted on Haley Woodard's third goal of the year in 4 games back at 29-24. And then the penalty kick by Julia Lenhart at 37:01. And since then, no goals, but activity on both sides. The Cowgirls have been the greater aggressor, and Olsen is up and walking off. See if she stays in. Training staff is walking with her to the sideline here. It's a slow walk. She was way in the far northwest corner of the ground, and the bench is over here on the east side, probably 80 yards away. So she will come out of the match. She seems to be walking off normally. I think it was a cramp. That's what it looked like they were trying to work out. So she will come to the sideline here with 10:02 to go, and play will resume with a throw-in coming up for Abilene Christian once she gets off the ground, and she has. So we'll drop under 10 minutes left as play now resumes. Cowgirls with a 3-0 lead here in Stillwater. Amy Wynn is checked back in for the Cowgirls, replacing her. Gets a feed to Zoller. Marlowe, top of the 18, shoots just outside that little crescent moon there, and a diving save at the 6-yard line by Smith. She quickly gets rid of it and outside the square. And to her defensive help there as they try to get it back on offense with 9:30 left. Pinball's around there toward the center circle. Amy Wynn will try to run it down, taken off the ball. And it's played off to the offensive side here for Abilene Christian. This is Ardiega again. We're trying to intercept at the halfway line. Now Allie Rivers in the back end will take it and play it over to the far wing. Lenhart over to the far side, offensive side now. And Ganser just trying to work some time down here as they play in open ground. Over here, Lana Duke on the near side, getting some minutes today. The Edmund Memorial Junior gets it to Wynn, who gets around 2 defenders at the halfway line. Sends it ahead for Zoller, coming in on the near side. Marlowe's onside. Right side shot, blast across. Oh, it goes off the head of the player coming in from the left side and just over the crossbar. That was Ganser, I believe, coming in from the far side post. And an opportunity to put it in the top shelf, and it went just high. There again is an opportunity for a shot that's set up by a cross. That ball was up in the air, and the only way you can knock that in the goal at that height is to head it in. And Ganser nearly did it. Down to 8 minutes to play. Cowgirls trying to set it up again, but again, the Wildcats take them off the ball. Trying to play it forward. Rivers in the halfway line plays it over here to Lauren Tresfield. And now to Saragusa, who plays it in the offensive end. Wynn is pushed down. There is no foul. Play on, says the official. Blatant call there. There wasn't a call. Sanabria to the forward end. Plays it up here on the near side. Player who just checked in there, Bailey Hucks, a freshman from Coppell, Texas, gets taken off the ball by the Cowgirls. There wasn't any call there either, and back we go. Zoller from the near side shoots. That ball just passed the far post in front of the keeper from right to left from our angle. See if they deflected that. If they did, this is a corner kick. Cowgirls getting ready to make a bunch of subs here, and we'll check in Morgan Wessling, Lauren Anderson as they get the starters out. Also in is Madeline Blasco. I think I got everybody. And Megan Baer, one of their starters for Abilene Christian, is checked back in as Cowgirls playing with a new group out there with 6:48 to go. This will be a corner kick coming up for the Cowgirls to the right of their keeper, Aaron Smith. And then since all the starters are out now, it'll be a chance for Amy Wynn for the corner. Clock will be under 6:30 left when she approaches this ball. This again to the right of the keeper at the northwest end of the ground. Low line drive toward the 6. Header down, but the Cowgirls miss it. Wessling trying for the header at the 6-yard line. It went wide to the far post. Wessling is a freshman out of Lantana, Texas, out of Denton Guyer High School. They're actually on the north side of the Metroplex. And O'Donnell checks back in for Abilene Christian. Madeline Blasco is a redshirt freshman out of Killdeer, Illinois. Lauren Anderson is a freshman out of San Antonio Ronald Reagan High School. She was a high school teammate with Taylor Olson. Down to 5:40 left in the match. Cowgirls with a 3-0 lead. That is held since halftime. Ball pinballs around, goes out of bounds. This will be a throw-in for Abilene Christian right here below us. Knocked away by Duke to intercept. It's open ground. It's picked up there by Lenz. And they'll try again. Cowgirls trying to win it back. Playing off a ball there, Anderson. But it pinballs around, and they run it down. Abilene Christian. There's a cross to the top of the 6. A big header by the Cowgirls to knock it away. And then a second touch to knock it away. Elise Davis is the other new player in, a defender out of Trophy Club, Texas. She is a freshman. She's the one that knocked that ball to the back line, and so this will be a corner kick for Abilene Christian to the right of Tanya DeSouza. So it's a young group out there right now, for the most part, for Oklahoma State. Here's the corner by Artiga, and it's a header down toward the square. They can't dig it out for a touch. They had a chance there for a shot by Baer. It was knocked down by a Cowgirl player and just kind of stood there. The ball did right there inside the 6, and that gave DeSouza time to fall on it. So she'll put it away with 4.5 to go. Into the forward end, knocked down by the Wildcats. Bailey Hucks again to the forward end. Intercepted by Allie Rivers. Boy, Rivers has had a good game today at midfield. Plays it ahead. Too far for Wessling, and so they'll start over again. This is a big group of freshmen, all of them getting a chance pretty much to play today. Diega intercepts there, takes it ahead. Over on the far wing. And they'll send it back to the near side. That is Lenz again with 3:50 to go in the match. Cowgirls with a 3-0 lead that is held since halftime. Lenz sends it across the ground. Knocked down by her teammate, plays it forward. Looking ahead for Baer, knocked off the ball by the Cowgirls. 3.5 to go. 3-0 Cowgirls, so a safe lead here in the final 3.5 minutes. Ball up the far sideline, knocked out of bounds by Oklahoma State. And a chance here. Inbound play coming on the throw-in. Cross in front, chance. It's blocked away in front by Oklahoma State. I think it was Rivers. And then the other player running it down there, Elise Davis, on that ball. So chances there for Abilene Christian. Another one. And they have a player taken off the ball, a sliding tackle there by Davis, and a foul right here in front. And that is Sanabria, who was taken off the ball on a sliding tackle. She comes up limping, but she's okay and will stay in the game. Official had stopped the clock with 2:57 to go on the foul, so play will resume on a free kick in front of the Cowgirl bench right here below us. Cowgirls will head to the West Coast, San Francisco and Cal Berkeley in the Bay Area next weekend. Strong kick against the wind, header. No, it's going to be the keeper who pops the ball two-handed into the air. That ball will go and stay in bounds. No. They're going to call a corner here, I believe. I'm not sure if that ball rolled out or not. I think it did. So it will be a corner kick. It was popped up in the air by DeSouza on the two-hand knockaway. So they will have a corner here to the left of the keeper with 2:19 left. Boy, ball into the square. Pinballs around, and a chance there in front, and DeSouza makes a dive on the ball at the 2-yard line. Looked like a nice opportunity there for Abilene Christian, but unable to do anything with it. That appeared to be Santa Bria again. Deep ball down the ground off the punt. Under a minute and 50 seconds to play now. To the sideline. That'll roll off for a throw-in for Abilene Christian. One last couple of minutes here for them to get on the board, trying to avoid the shutout. Cowgirls would pitch their 5th of the year if they could do it today. And it would be DeSouza's first full game shutout. She's combined on 3 others. Here's a ball deep, and it's kicked out of bounds. And then ended up going off the Abilene Christian player Owen, so a throw in for the Cowgirls with 1:20 to go. Way up in the air, ends up Haley Woodard's hands, and she drops the ball. Well, you're not supposed to use your hands. She's not used to it. Let the wide receivers handle those catches in football. Down to 1:08 to go off an inbounds throw in. All way up in the air, and we get a whistle and a foul here on Abilene Christian with 1 minute to go. Cowgirls will have, again, they take their time here getting this all set up. No need to be in any big hurry. The clock's going to run with or without them. So Loren Tressfield will set this ball up left of the halfway line and send a deep ball into the 18. Header out by Abilene Christian. Knocked down by Blasco, but picked up by the defense. And one last chance at it here for Bailey Hucks into the forward end. She'll get it to Owens. Ball's knocked in the air. 30 seconds left in the game. Tressfield to the sideline, out of bounds, and a throw in for the Willard, Missouri product, Dylan Owens. Clock running at 20 seconds left. Ball kicked high up in the air a couple of 3 times. Cowgirls just send it down the ground. Abby Bright with the touch. Boy, then a player get taken off the ball here late with 8 seconds left. The clock stops. And a yellow card here, I believe, for Gabby Simak. So the Cowgirls will have one last chance at it if they elect to do so here. And we'll see if Wynn takes the kick about 40 yards out. Just 8 seconds left. They may give it to Tressfield. She's got the stronger leg. Cowgirls have to be careful of offsides here in the final 8 seconds. Owens is a one-man wall in front of the kicker. Tressfield's kick straight to the far side of the 6. Header up in the air. Another one by Abilene Christian, and a third will send the ball out, and that'll be it. And the Cowgirls win it 3-0 is your final score here in Stillwater. Back with the postgame after a timeout. This is Cowgirl Soccer from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Bill Knight for Bill Knight Ford. All sports are built on tradition. But at Bill Knight Ford, we know that here in Oklahoma, it's more than just a tradition. It's a way of life, forged from loyalty and dedication. It's unwavering pride that survives the losses and is ignited by the wins.